smelly, smelly smellers. It's Mr. Cthulhu here, and today I am going to be showing you a Minecraft Redstone tutorial. For those of you who don't know what Minecraft is, well, let's just say you're in the wrong place. If you don't know what it is, go Google it, look it up on YouTube. I'm not going to explain it to you. If you're watching this, then that means that either you like my videos or you want to learn Minecraft Redstone, preferably both. So, let's get started with the basics. Redstone dust is just the basic of redstone. It's just like pretty much how all of redstone works. It's what transmits signals from point A to point B. So basically this is one kind of input. It's a lever. Once you flick it, it stays on until you flick it again. And as you can see, it goes on here for 15 blocks until it hits this redstone lamp. Here's the thing. If we do this, as you can see, it's not lighting up. Why is that? That's because it's redstone. A redstone signal can only travel 16 blocks unless you use a repeater, which will extend that signal for another 16 blocks. If I just get rid of all this stuff here. And that's essentially how all this that's basically the base of how all this works. Also, while we're here, I might as well point out a few extra details about the redstone repeater. So as you can see here, we have are supposed to be two lines of redstone. Let's say I have a line of redstone here and I want to put another one here, but oh no, they all connect up. So what you can do, so as you can see, this happens. They don't go separately. But what happens here is if a repeater is next to redstone dust, then that repeater and the redstone dust do not interact with each other. The repeaters only interact in the direction they're facing. So basically, if we power it, so as you can see, if we power it from here, it activates. If we power it from here, or here, or here, nada. However, if we say put it here, and if we put it here, you get the drill. That's basically how it works. Also, something you may have noticed is this. You can do this, which I'm about to explain what it does. Basically, by doing that, you're adding extra ticks. A tick is a tenth of a second, and it's kind of like Minecraft time. So, as you can see here, this repeater delays the redstone from hitting this by 1 tick. This one delays it by 2 because it's set like that. This one by 3 because it's set like that. And this one like 4. Immediately, you might not really see how this could be useful, but believe me, it is the most useful thing you will ever do in Minecraft. Maybe not the most useful. But anyways, here we have buttons. They're kind of like levers, except they don't stay on until you flick them off. They just stay on for a little bit of time. This is a wood button, which has this long of an output. A stone button is the same, except a little bit shorter, as you can clearly tell. Wood, stone. Also, redstone can go up and down hills, and that does not count as extra blocks. However, as you can see, what it's doing here, it cannot do something like this. And when you're placing it, you don't place it on a wall or whatever. What you're doing is you place one here, and automatically that's up. So it cannot go more than one block like this. Like if I were to do this, this doesn't work, so you can clearly see. So that's how that all works. Also, I just wanted to point out, the redstone signal is not any longer than 16 blocks for any of the things I'm about to show you. This one is a redstone block. It will stay on until you move it or something like that. It will just stay on forever and power this forever until you either destroy it or move it. Yeah, you can see all the stuff in here that I've been doing. So here, you might notice we have a redstone torch. It's kind of like this redstone block, but it's a bit different. Also, one side note, this does not work. However, putting a redstone torch there would work. I'm too lazy to get out the thing. I might as well get it out while I'm here. Putting a redstone torch here, see, it does work. But the reason I have it this way, and, well, obviously, this doesn't change it. I'll explain that later. So, which actually I'll explain it right about now. So as you can see here, click this lever, and as you can see, it goes, rather than going into like straight up a block, it goes into this block, which this block is, although it's not like a redstone block or anything, it's being powered. So it can only power redstone things, not redstone dust itself, right next to it. However, as you can see, this has redstone dust connecting to here, but as you can see, this one's not lining up. Even if we were to add a repeater, like right here, to make sure that the signal is long enough to hit here, no, not. But if we put a repeater here, that hard powers this. So normally this is soft powering it. This is called hard powering it, so that it's powered in all directions. There's 3 ways to do this. 1, you can run a repeater into it. 2, you can directly power the block with a redstone input. And 3, you can put it out of the block like this. Those are the 3 ways to do it. Next up, before we get into this, also if you, one second, I forgot something. Please excuse me. If you either hard power or soft power the block a redstone torch is on, it will deactivate, which can be really helpful. Here we have pistons. What pistons do is the normal piston, it pushes its block but it doesn't take it back. It just pushes it out. And the sticky piston, I bet you can imagine what it does. It pushes its block but it also takes it back, as you can see here. A trapped chest is a chest that you open. Okay, technical difficulties. Why isn't this working? If it were working, what it would normally do is it would activate stuff. Does it need to hard power? Does it need to hard power? If it does it need to hard power? It does. It needs to hard power. Okay, and basically, can it hard power the other way? Excuse me about this little bloop man. About this little bloop bloop. I'm not gonna edit that because I don't want to. Okay, so I don't think it's hard powering. I think it's just part of the circuit. You need to have a repeater, or it needs to be right next to it. So if we do it like this, as you can see, it's like a normal chest, and you can store stuff inside of it. When you activate it, it sends a redstone output as long as has this funky hard power thing going on. Comparators are next. They're confusing. Look it up. If you really won't be needing this until later, harder redstone builds. It's just really complicated. Next, we have a dispenser and a dropper. This is a dispenser. When I flicked it, it spat out this piece of glowstone dust. A drop, however, a glowstone dust, it just does not have anything special going on. However, some do. So, for example, let's say a snowball. If we put a snowball in a dispenser, it would shoot out the snowball. A dropper, regardless, even if it was a snowball, it would just dispense the snowball out, so I can pick it up here like this, as you can see. How cool is that? Next up, we have observers. They make a redstone output when they detect a change in front of it. As you can see, I've put a block in front of it because it detected a change, and I sent a redstone output. Now if I break this block, it takes another change, so it sends another redstone output. Simple enough. This one's probably one of the more simple ones. It is the hopper. As you can see, I have a chest in here. If I put stuff in here, it doesn't affect it. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Wait, let me try that again. Oh, okay. New feature, can't even know. Anyways, basically, nothing happened there. However, if we put it in this chest, why is it disappearing? Oh no, that's horrible. What are we gonna do? Why is it disappearing? Help me, oh no, what shall we do? Basically, what it's doing is this hopper is taking stuff out of this chest and putting it into this chest. So before you know it, all of it should eventually appear in here. What do you know? Oh, it can also go sideways. As you can see how we have it set up here. This one is sideways. I'm just gonna go until there so that you guys don't have to wait too long. And as you can see, it's going into here, nice and smooth. And if we do that, ta-da! We have another full stack of redstone dust. Also, it can stack, so you can have multiple hoppers. So as you can see, if we do this, this chest has a hopper going into another chest, but that chest also has a hopper going into another chest. So as you can see, what happens when we do this is if we fill this completely with redstone dust, I want to do it this way because I'm weird, and then this hopper is taking it from this chest to this chest and putting it, and then this hopper is taking it from this chest all the way down to this chest. So I went to this chest and then straight from this chest down to this chest. It's a really handy thing. Next, we have the daylight sensor. So, as you can see, it is currently day. So it's sending a redstone output. There's also the moonlight sensor option. So, if it's night, this is the same thing. Daylight sensors detect light from the data, obviously. Moonlight sensors, which is just if you click on this, it will detect the same thing, but just at night. So, to prove this to you, as you can see, if I set it to midnight, per se, as you can see, this one does not activate because it's nighttime. However, never mind that. That one's always confused me. I'm not even sure if the moonlight sensor, I'll be honest. I just always thought that's what it was. Just being perfectly, completely honest with you. And if we set it back so that it's always day. Perfect. What do you know? See? It's really cool. So, last but not least, we have the pressure plate. When I step on it, it gives a redstone output. As this is a wood one. There's also a stone version, but it's the same with the buttons. When I step on it, it gives redstone output until I step off of it. And when an animal or anything like that steps on it, it'll also do that. And same with items. See? Well, I hope you enjoyed this beautiful redstone tutorial. Go out and build some redstone stuff. But first, watch my other tutorials, which are not out at the time I am recording this, but might be out at the time you are watching this. So if they're out at the time you are watching this, then you should go check them out. This has been Mr. Cthulhu, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out, my mans.